There's less than a week left before the U.S. potentially defaults on its loans. Republicans and Democrats still very far apart on a deal, and the House Speaker is facing opposition now from members of his own party. Eyewitness News reporter Jay Dow has the latest developments.
Patrick, at this late stage of the debt negotiations, House Speaker John Boehner has been forced to rework his debt plan to satisfy conservative Republicans who are demanding more spending cuts. House Speaker John Boehner is reworking his debt limit and deficit reduction plan to add more spending cuts.
From what I saw in there, I think there's been a pretty good change of heart.
The Speaker delayed bringing the measure to the House floor when it became clear conservative Republicans would not support it.
Pushing back the vote by a day or rewriting parts of the bill won't solve the underlying problem. A short-term solution is not an adequate solution for our economy.
Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid has his own competing plan. The Congressional Budget Office says neither the Democratic proposal nor the Republican plan has as much savings as advertised. Both would cut some spending up front without raising any new tax revenue, and both would appoint a bipartisan commission to identify future cuts. But the Republican plan would allow only a short-term increase in the debt ceiling until those cuts are made.
Republicans have offered the only proposal at this point that attempts to get at the root of the problem.
Time is running out for lawmakers to find common ground. If no deal is reached by next Tuesday, the government could run out of money to pay its bills.
Thank you so much for calling in.
And that has frustrated Americans swamping congressional phone lines. More calls are expected today after 40,000 people an hour called Tuesday. The threat of default is making investors around the world nervous, and President Obama says he cannot guarantee Social Security checks and payments to veterans if lawmakers do not find a compromise and raise the debt ceiling. There are Republicans The U.S. Treasury will, in fact, have enough money to pay its bills beyond the August 2nd deadline. Both sides agree whatever the timeline, a government default is not an option. On Capitol Hill, Jay Dow, Eyewitness News.